In the quiet city of Meerut, Uttar Pradesh, India, sits a crumbling structure shrouded in fear. It stands as a warning, abandoned, overgrown, and avoided after dark. The locals call it GP block. For decades it stood as an unremarkable government building in the heart of the city. This country is full of supernatural surprises. So could this place be real? Let's find out. Everything seemed normal. The streets were bustling with life, and no one knew that shadows were lurking in the corners. Then one day, people started seeing things, and it all started with these 4 men. We don't know who they were, where they came from, or how long they'd been there. People would often see her standing on the terrace of the building, lost in the darkness. They climbed the rusted gate of GP block and snuck inside. As they walked up the stairs to the terrace, their hearts pounded in their chests. They wanted to uncover the truth. Was it really haunted? What were the ghosts trying to say? Many say they hear strange footsteps, voices and whispers in the building. Others claim to feel a heavy feeling in their chests, as if someone is watching them. It's as if the building itself is cursed. Using EMF meters, cameras and audio recorders, they explored the building. Built in 1942 during the British Raj, it was used as a treasury and prison. But in 1978 it became the property of the state government. In 1998 it was sealed due to paranormal activity and reports of people going missing, but no one knows why. Perhaps it was built on an ancient burial ground or cursed by a witch. Or should we leave it alone and let the ghosts rest in peace? I don't know, what do you think? Who knows? And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. This place is so scary that even the bravest people don't go near it after dark. But if you want to visit this place, you can find it in the city of Meerut, India. They say she was a young woman who lived in the building with her family. Vines and weeds grow up its sides and its roof is caved in. Windows are boarded up and doors hang off their hinges. The main gate is locked with a huge padlock and no one can enter. But some say that if you listen carefully you can hear footsteps inside, whispers in empty rooms and chains dragging metal moans. And if you look through the dusty windows, you might catch a glimpse of the lady in red or one of the 4 men. But one night her father, who was a government official, brought home a dangerous man. You see, this building isn't just haunted, it's also forgotten. No one cares about it. Everyone fears it. Some say the government wants to demolish it, but no one dares to go inside. They're afraid of what might happen. He wanted his daughter to marry him, but she refused. On the night of the wedding, she jumped off the terrace to escape, but was killed by the groomsmen. They buried her body in the basement of the building and covered it with concrete. But her spirit remained trapped there, forever seeking justice. They found out that the energy levels were high in the room where the 4 men were seen, but their bodies were never found and their souls remained trapped inside, doomed to wander the halls of GP block for eternity. Their devices picked up strange sounds and temperatures dropped suddenly, and then they saw it. On their camera, a shadowy figure moved across the screen. When they watched it back, they couldn't believe their eyes. The footage showed a dark, hunched-over shape moving around. Some say it was the ghost of the lady in red. Others believe it was one of the 4 men, but no one knows for sure. Finally, they reached the top and saw the ghost for themselves. Standing in the corner of the terrace was a woman in a red dress. She was barefoot and her long black hair covered her face. One boy called out to her, "Hello," and that's when she turned around. Her face was pale and her eyes glowed red. The group ran away. One boy tripped and fell, and as he struggled to get up, he swore he felt cold hands trying to drag him back. He never spoke about that night again. And since then, no one had dared to enter the building at night. She didn't move, didn't speak. She just stood there. Sometimes she wore high heels, sometimes she was barefoot. He was alive, but no one had ever seen him again. Now, you might think that this is just a spooky story, but it's more than that. You see, people weren't just afraid of the ghosts, they were afraid of what happened to those who saw them. Many people claimed that once they saw the lady in red or the 4 men, they became sick and couldn't leave their beds for days. Some even went blind or insane. And the scariest part of all, no one knew why. Sometimes she held a flickering candle. Sometimes she looked as if she was waving to someone. And as people approached, she would disappear. Some said she was a ghost. Others said she was mad, but no one knew for sure. Some say they were old government employees. Others say they're ghosts. What we do know is that they were spotted through the broken window of GP block. They sat in the same spot every night, drinking beer by the light of a single candle. Sometimes they ate, sometimes they sang songs. And when people got closer, they vanished. But today it is just an empty shell, and its insides are a maze of broken concrete and shattered glass. It looks like something out of a horror movie. And for the residents of Meerut, it is, you see, people didn't just see 1 man or 2, but always exactly 4. And they were always drinking beer, never eating food or doing anything else. It was as if they were stuck in time, doomed to repeat the same actions over and over again. And many believed they were ghosts. At first glance, this place is nothing special. We've seen plenty of abandoned buildings. But GP block is different. You see, while other buildings get torn down and replaced with new development, this one stays put, and the reason why is a mystery. They've tried to seal it off and tear it down, but something always seems to happen. Many residents believe it's haunted. That may sound like a rumor, just another story to scare gullible tourists, but here in India, ghosts aren't just stories. They're real. We've heard some terrifying tales from India before, like the haunted train of New Delhi or the cursed village of Kulai. Now let's go back in time to a day when the sun shone brightly on Meerut. Now, you might think that this is just a creepy story, but it's more than that. But that's not all. There was also the lady in red. And then one night, a group of local teens decided to find out the next day. People found the boy on the stairs. One day, a group of paranormal investigators visited GP Block. Since then, no one has dared to enter GP Block at night. Locals avoid the streets after dark, and even policemen walk in groups. Many people believe that the lady in red is trapped in GP Block. Others believe that the 4 men are also ghosts. They say they died in the building in a tragic accident, perhaps a gas leak or an electrical fire. As for the building itself, it's a mystery. Today, GP Block stands abandoned and untouched. Now, you might think this is just a scary story, but it's more than that. So what should we do? Should we explore this abandoned building and uncover the truth? But one thing is for sure, this is a truly haunted place and it's completely abandoned. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.